Hello everyone, and welcome to this session on SmartSuite, Weeding and Deleting Records, SmartSuite version 3. Deleting records is quite easy and straightforward, and there are a number of ways you can do it. So let's do it the easy way to start, and we'll start with deleting Patron records. So if you want to delete a Patron record, the number one rule is he cannot have a loan out. So if he's got loans out, you need to call him up in circulation and you need to get rid of his loans, because the deleting of the Patron record will not allow that to happen. So let's go into circulation and let's call up Mr. Smith, who has loans out. We're going to choose Mr. Andrew Smith. Okay, if there's any reasons why he should not be loaned any more books will come up, but I'm going to override. Now, these are the books that he currently has out on loan. This particular book is an overdue book, and this particular book, he claimed he returned it. Now, if you try to delete Andrew Smith, it's going to tell you that you cannot delete him because he's got loans out. So what you need to do is you need to get rid of these books. And the simplest way to do it, okay, you can go into each book and check them in, or you can put a tick on the top here, which will put a tick in all of those, and then you can make them lost. And that's the only way they're going to come out of his loans. And once you've made them lost, then you can go ahead and you will be able to delete Andrew Smith. Now, to delete Andrew Smith out of the system, you need to go into the menu. You need to come down into Patron and Patron Management. And in Patron Management, we're now going to go and do a find at the bottom, and we're looking for Smith. Or I could have put in the name Andrew. Okay, so there's Andrew Smith. You click on Andrew Smith, and if you now want to delete him, you got to click on delete. And it says deleting users will remove all details including borrowing history. Are you sure you want to delete them? And you can just go yes, you can. Okay, and that's how you will be able to delete Andrew Smith out of the system. Okay, now when you want to delete books out of the system, that's a little bit different. To be able to delete books out of the system, there are a number of ways to do this as well. So you can come in here, you can click on the menu button, you can go down to catalog, and you just happen to have a book there that you want to delete. So you can go find and go and do a search of the book that you want to delete. You can search all fields, you can search by barcode, and if cat and mouse, if that is the one you want to delete, okay, you've got a delete title. It's very important to understand the difference between deleting a title and deleting a copy. Okay, if you delete the title, and if there happen to be, so let's just go back into the find and let's go back into Cat Haiku and look at the copies over here. If you go into the book, and as you can see, you've got lots and lots of copies here. If you click the delete title, it will delete the bibliographic record and all the barcodes. And to be able to do that, you need to click in here, click in yes, you want to delete it, and go yes to confirm, and it will tell you that it is deleting all those books. However, if there are copies on loan, you won't be able to delete them. So that's a safeguard that is built into the system. Okay. Now, what you can do is you can say this book is no longer to be used by the school, and if you still want to delete them, what you can do is you can go into the copies area, and the items that are on loan, you can go ahead and mark them as lost. Okay, so once you mark it as lost, then, and if all of them are either available or on loan, so long as nothing is on loan, if you go ahead on the basic screen and you click delete title, that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to delete the bibliographic record plus all the author records connected to it, the illustrators, the notes, the subjects, the local subjects, the series, the editor, all that information, including all those individual copies. Okay? But you can say, but I don't want to delete the title. I just want to delete one item because it's come back looking like a dog's dinner. The dog ate the book. So in that case, you can still do a barcode search. You can still go to copies. You can pick out the one that you want. So if that's the one, so just click on that. So if that's the barcode, you click on the arrow on the left-hand side of the barcode. Okay, so you get to the one you want, and then you can just go delete. And now it will delete that one item. Just go delete, and it says, are you sure you want to delete barcode number such and such? And you go, okay. And that's how you delete an individual barcode that looks like a dog's dinner. Okay. Now those are the ways that you can use to delete material either from the Patron record or the title record or the individual copy record. That's all very well and good if all those books you've just deleted is just one or two. What happens? You've decided, you know what, it's coming towards the end of the year. We're going to do a stock take. So before we do a stock take, let's go and cull the collection of anything that looks bad, that is old, that really we shouldn't have in our collection anymore, or we don't want it in our collection anymore. So if you're going to weed the collection, instead of finding the barcode, going into the catalog record, clicking the copy number, then coming over here and then deleting the individual title from here, there is a much better way to do it. And the way you would do it is you'll click on the menu and you go to configuration and you'll go to global functions. Okay? And in the global functions, these are the catalog records. And if you haven't watched one of our YouTube on report writing, I'd strongly recommend you do that, because that will allow you to say, I'm going to delete weeded items, but I don't want to do these books in the bucket that I'm going to weed. I'm going to delete all the titles on a certain subject or on a certain topic or by a certain author or by a certain location or sublocation. So you can take this deleted item folder here, a function here, and instead of deleting just the weeded items, you can use it to delete everything else. But let's assume you've got a bucket of books and you want to delete the weeded items, and these are the ones you want to weed. So you click on delete weeded items and go open, and then what you would do is you would enter the barcodes. I said multiple barcodes. So barcode, I want to delete that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, and you can go search for these items. Now if you want to delete all of these, you can put a tick in the top, and then in the delete area you can say delete the filter the items, and that will end up deleting all of those items. You might want to consider running a list report of those particular items, okay, and going ahead and printing the list off before you go ahead and delete. You can certainly do that, okay. And let me give you a little secret about deleting. Let's go back into our global functions, okay, and let's go back into our deleted weeded items here. With Smart 3 version 3, if you've gone ahead and you've gone and done a whole bunch of deletes, and then you discovered, oh my goodness, they were the return box that I used instead of my weeded items box. So you've gone and deleted 400 books, but they were actually the returned items by mistake. At Functional Solutions, all you need to do is contact our help desk, and guess what? We can restore all your deleted items back to where they were before you touched them. So that's a safeguard for you, okay? We can undo your deletes if you wanted to. Now, delete weeded items, as I said before, was deleting items that you physically got there in a box and you just go and zap in all the barcodes. But what if that's not what I want to do? I want to delete a certain group of my collection. Well, how can I select that group? So see where it says multiple barcodes? Here are all the selection criteria you can have. You can delete by cost center and by location, by sublocation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete everything that belong in certain ISBN numbers because I've already flagged them to all have the same ISBN number of 1990. Now in real life that would not happen, but I just want to demonstrate. So if you choose a particular area you want to delete, so I will say everything in 1990 as an ISBN number, and I'm saying, oh, these are the books that have 1990. So if you want to delete all of them, you can just put a tick there and delete the one, hit the delete, and that will delete it. Or you can say, no, I want to keep this one, and I want to delete those. Or what you can do is you can say, no, now that I've got a list of the books, I want to delete this one, and then go ahead and delete. Okay, so using the delete weeded items, you can select. So let's go back into the configuration page. Let's go back into the global deletes. Okay, we're going to delete weeded items. We're going to use that program. I could have used any other program, but I'll use the delete weeded items program. Okay, and remember I said you can change that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say everything that has a loan type equal to not for loan. Okay, and now I'll go search for those items. Those are all the items that are not for loan. I can say I'm going to delete them because they're sitting in the reference area. No one ever uses them. So you can choose. So I've chosen the not for loan, but you can go ahead and you can choose any other type, and using the delete weeded items, you can do that. Now, what about if you're going to do a stock take and you want to delete all the items in the stock take? Well, let's go into the catalog screen first and have a look at what field has to be targeted. So if I'm looking at a catalog record and I'm looking at all the copy records, whenever you do a stock take, okay, it's the copy status that gets changed in the stock take. All right, and the status that you give it. So see this book, it's available. Let me show you all the different statuses. You've got available, you've got check desk, then you've got customs, and you've got lost. You got lost in 2008. But what that 2008 is coming from, you have these custom statuses here. Okay, custom 1, custom 2, custom 3, custom 4. So what you can do is when you've done your stock take, you can go ahead and mark all the lost items in the stock take as custom 2. Okay, or you can say no, I'm going to change the definition of custom 2, something like what I did to custom 1. So when you come down to custom 1, okay, custom 1 has been changed to lost in stock take 2016. That was actually custom 1. So you can go and change custom 2 to lost in stock take 2020 or fiction losses 2020. So you can change it for that. Once you've done that and you've changed your stock take, and it's one hit, 1 second, and all your losses in stock take will now be, we'll pretend that was lost in stock take 2016 or 2020. Once you've done that, then you can come up here, go to the configuration, go down to global functions, and go, I'm going to again choose the catalog, and I'm going to choose weeded items or delete by copy status. You can choose either. Let's do weeded items because that's what we've been talking about. So I can go delete weeded items, and I go open that up, and I say with barcode, no, with copy status. With copy status equal to, what status is it? Well, it was lost in 2016. Okay. That's the copy status I want to do. And now I can go ahead and search for all of them. And if I had any books, they're coming down in that list. And then I just go delete. Okay. But you could have just as easily also, there's a number of ways to do it. So let's go back into the global functions. And let's go into catalog. And instead of delete weeded items, I can go delete by copy status. So if I go into delete copy status, it says copy status equal to, and again, you just choose. So if I've got a whole books in the check desk area, anything that's in the check desk area, I'm just going to dump. It's been sitting on my desk. I need to get rid of it. You just go search for everything in that. A list would come up, and then you just put a tick in there and you'll go delete. So you can delete almost any criteria. So if I go back into configuration and go back into global functions, okay, and I go back into catalog, and I'll choose weeded items again, or copy status, doesn't matter. I'll choose weeded items. When I go into weeded items and I open it and I go, what other ways can I delete? And I say, okay, delete the creation date, not equal to, but before. So anything in my collection before it was cataloged. So let's go back to, okay, anything that's cataloged before the 1st of February, not 2018, but 1st of February 2010. So anything that was created prior to February 2010, if I went search and if I had a list of resources, I was surprised I had resources, but if I had such old resources in here, I can now put a tick in here and go not interested. I can list it, so I can go and pick it and then just go delete. So the delete function is very, very powerful. So not only can you individually delete, you can also go into the global functions and using the catalog, delete weeded items or delete the copy status, choose either one. Stick to using delete weeded, that way you're always in the same area, and choose the criteria that you want to use. You might want to delete everything on a particular series. Choose the criteria equal to, enter the information here, okay, do a search, print the list, and then go ahead and delete them. So it's very easy. And don't forget, if you happen to delete the wrong thing, like you had 2 boxes sitting at the circulation desk and Jennifer went and weeded all the items and she's now asked you to delete them, and you go and choose the wrong box. You've gone and chosen the returns from circulation box instead of the weeded box, and you go ahead and you just go in and you enter multiple barcodes. You've entered 400 barcodes and you just go, I'm weeding them, you go delete. If you've made a mistake, we're only a phone call or a ticket away. Just tell us what you've done and we will be able to restore the deletes for you. And we can restore the deletes going back to any activity since you upgraded to version V3 of SmartSuite. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to talk to you about deleting content and deleting patrons from SmartSuite version 3.